That's a better sound at the moment. Okay. Well, fair enough. I should have messed with it beforehand instead of right now. Right now, we're going to look at a bunny. And just enough of my table. Tools. Slicker brush. Bag for fur. Nail clippers. And whatever you call this grooming brush. This one is really helpful for his long hair. Hi. Come here. So this sweet boy is Fizzgig. And he is shedding faster than I brushed him. So that's my whole goal of this dream, is to try and show up and brush the bunny. You're okay. Sorry. He's blind in one eye and partially blind in the other, so sometimes I accidentally surprise him. It also makes it hard for him to stay just in a cage because he'll go in circles. He can only see with one side, and he's trying to like keep an eye out for things. Rabbits do that. And so he's like always going in circles. So we'll take a little time and we'll get used to each other, and I'll try to remember not to surprise him from his bad side. Yeah? Hi. Hi, buddy. Okay. So this is my favorite spot to sit because I got a little brace under my feet. I'm at a tiny bit of an angle here. Ooh. We're going to dive in, huh? We are going to dive in and start the brushies. Oh, yeah. I realize that when I'm doing this, I don't really need much for a conversation. I just sit and talk to my rabbit. Making the noise kind of helps him stay chill, but when you're talking to a rabbit, or at least when I'm talking to a rabbit, I can't figure out what to talk about. So, saying random things to a rabbit felt like I was recording videos when I wasn't, and it just made sense. It just made sense to me, I guess, to turn on the camera and try to stream. And then maybe it'll be a bit of accountability for me. You don't like that spot? What's wrong? Oh, that one comes up to your chest. Yep. Don't like that. No, it's okay. I know it tickles. It tickles. Oof. You don't like it? It's okay. If you don't like it, I can work on a different spot. Oh. Yeah. Okay. So, I love my bunny, but he's not the smartest. He'll go potty in one corner, and then he will also lay in that corner. So, we get little poo bombs, and there are my scissors. I buried them. forgot my hair tie, Bubby. Yeah. Keep my hair out of my face while I'm working with you. Okay, that one's gotta go. Ouch. Ouch. Yeah, because you're gonna feel better. You're gonna feel better when it's gone. Yeah. Oh, I know. You sit so good for haircuts. I jinxed it. I jinxed it. You do sit so good for haircuts. Are you okay? Did I scare you? What? Did I pull on something you don't like? We don't like this one. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Okay. All right. You have clearly told me that you want a break from this spot. So, I'm going to take the rest of that knot with me. I'll go take it. Make your arm feel a little better. Your little bunny arm. Make the little bunny arm feel better. Hi. Hi. Oh, can I see you? Do we just need to take a minute to cuddle? Oh. Too bright. Too bright. Don't like it. You okay? Okay, you don't even know that there's a camera, so I know you're not camera shy. Blind boy. Is it just too bright? Okay. Okay. Here. I deal with your backside, huh? I deal with your backside. Now, I am hoping that as we undo these tangles, he won't pee on me. Oh, there's another one. Okay, I see. Sometimes when I untangle around his backside and it tickles, then he has the response to like go to the bathroom. It's okay. It's still me. Now, I gotta go in a circle. Oh, careful. That is the edge of the lap. That is the edge of the lap. Hey. Hey. We'll take a minute and calm down. Is it too much? That's part of the problem, though. If I take too much of a break, then I just leave you with tangles, and I cannot just leave you with tangles. This is too much. So I have 3 Angora rabbits, and each of them was I don't know the nicest word to use, and I'm trying not to like dive into this whole thing that I don't really like. They were from a person who breeds show rabbits, and they were not up to snuff to keep as breeding males for the reasons of what she's breeding for. So I already spoke about he was born with a bad eye, and he's also missing one of his dew claws, which is the thumb nail, kind of. They don't have opposable thumbs, but that's a little side nail. So he was a reject from the breeding facility. Each of my rabbits is a little bit different in their fur quality as well. One of the traits she was looking for was a nice even coat that then shed as evenly as possible, because she was looking for the longest coat, the show animal. She's looking for a show animal. So his coat is patchy and crazy sometimes, and then when it sheds, it doesn't shed evenly. So there have been times in the past where instead of being able to brush out his coat, I just have to give him a haircut. And then he looks adorable, I think. Like a freshly groomed little puppy, like a toy poodle or something. He's so cute. I think you're cute with fur or no fur. Find him a little happy spot up here where he can cuddle, and then I'll see what we can do about the fur. You've got a shorter coat in here. 3 different kinds. So let's see, you are satin. Tickles. Is it tickles? We still gotta brush it if we're gonna cut it. We still gotta brush it if we're gonna cut it. Yeah. You kind of seem like maybe a haircut would be the least bothersome to you today, huh? Can you take a little nap for me? And brush you out? There we go. I got you. I do. I got you, and I even made my lap bigger so that you don't try and jump. Still me. You can feel it. I'm touching your whiskers. Don't surprise yourself. Don't surprise yourself. It's still me. I'm still here touching you. Yep. So I blame myself a little bit. This is one of the things I need to work with him more often. Which is hard when they're shedding, because the fur gets everywhere. And it's staticky, so I swear it goes like straight for my face. Okay. Well, what are we gonna do, bud? Do you want me to start a haircut? Would that work? Do you want me to start a haircut so we don't have to brush on them? Yeah. Because this should all be shedding. And I don't think your new coat has come in yet. I don't think it has. No. So, where do we start? Should we start on your tummy or do I start on your back? You're doing okay. You are. You're doing okay. You checking out what's going on? Yeah. I'm sitting here talking. There's nobody else. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. This is a spot where you lay down. It is. And then you rub, and the stuff that's shedding starts to come out. And then it tangles. So if I pull super gentle, this is the side he's mostly blind on, and then he's actually developed a cataract on the other side. So he always feels a bit nervous when things are going on over here because he can't see you. So we go nice and easy, and they've got tender little skin, thin skin, I should say, instead of little. So whenever I am pulling, I'm pulling super gentle and letting the hair just kind of untangle itself from him. And if it doesn't come out easily, I either need to grab a smaller group because it's tangled in different patches of hair, or use the scissors because that spot's not shedding. And like I said, his coat will be patchy, so one spot might shed, and then he'll have another spot that's like still growing and the new coat has not begun to come in yet. Yeah. And each of my rabbits likes to be held in a different way, of course. I didn't on purpose try to make my first rabbits a challenge, but it ended up that way. Hi, where should I do the hair? What do you want? Can I try turning you over? Let's see if that helps. Okay. So, I'm not sure if you could see his little nose. It hides in the fluff. He likes to have, him and my biggest rabbit, Haas, they both like to have kind of pressure on the top of their heads, have their eyes in shade. He's doing much better with that one. Okay, so you go ahead and relax. We'll have a little bunny spa day. Have you given yourself a little butt shield? That's not gonna work. I apologize if there's gross stuffs. I don't think you guys can see that great, but he lays in it. He lays in his poo. Okay. We're just gonna give a haircut. Because if I pull, it's gonna tickle too much, and you don't like that. Right. We don't like that. Can I just give you a little haircut? And yes, he is a boy, so I gotta make sure I cut around some anatomy. And yes, hair tangles all upon it. So right now, it looks like he's got a layer of poo kind of stuck in a tangle right by his booty hole. Makes it hard to go to the bathroom. I'm gonna clean off the inside of your leg, and you're gonna feel a little better. Okay? Where you going? Hey, where are you going? Lay down. It's okay. Did I move too much? You need the pressure? I'm trying to just take a minute to let him relax. Because if I move too much, he feels unsecure and he tries to get up. There we go. Yeah. Do I start with the little toenails? I try to have all of my tools by me. So I can react to whatever he's going to let me work on. Different tool noises that we haven't used in a while. I need to get him out more often so he is familiar with all of the things, but I don't need to clip his toenails every time I get him out. So, just trying to like expose him to the things more often so they're not so scary. You are such a good boy when it is time for your spa day. You are. And I know that he's got a couple tangles, usually right around the legs, high movement points. You're okay, you're okay. Your nails are nice and clear. I can see them. I know I'm not making you bleed, but you don't like the squeeze? I'm sorry. I am sorry. You don't like the squeeze. No. Oh, done. You did it. You did it. We finished the back feet. We did. We did finish the back feet. Do you feel better? One really common way for laying rabbits for grooming is to lay them between your legs, head away from you, and then you can kind of hold their head between your knees to help them feel more secure, and they'll just lay out and relax. That is like his least favorite position, sensory overload for him. He feels like he's falling, he can't move his head. I'm sorry, I tickled you. I was trying to get that away from your whiskers. I was trying to get away from your whiskers. Hi. Are you going to relax again? I know you're nervous today. Do you want to turn over? It's a slow process. It is. It is a slow process. We take our time with you. None of the rabbits are particularly fond of being like petted. They were very much used to farm, like kind of a bunny farm. There were, just according to the lady I got them from, she said she had 90, and at one point she had over 140 at once. I have a hard time grooming 3. I cannot imagine 90. And with as much attention as he kind of needs, really, even without grooming, when we were doing our best, he and I, was when I was just getting him out consistently a couple times a week to just sit with me. He would take naps. He's the only one who does so far. He'll get so comfortable in my lap that he will like fall asleep. And it is adorable to see a bunny rabbit twitching in his sleep, just like a puppy. Little feet go. Little nose goes. Do you know how cute. I think you are. Do you? Do you? Yeah, and this is one of his favorite spots to lay, on the side of his butt. So it gets all matted up. It does. And it gets junk in it. Oh, I'm sorry, was it too loud? I mean, I'm judging you. I am judging you for laying in your own poop. Because like the other bunnies, you're supposed to lay in one corner, poop in the other. I don't know how you missed that memo. I think it's because you can't tell where you are. So right now I'm just trying to get the fur on the back side of his leg, because all that bunches up and rubs against each other when his leg bends, and then those mats actually restrict his ability to run. I got it. I got a big knot. Oh yeah, I got a big knot. Hey, did I tickle you? I'm sorry. I'm trying to see. Okay. Okay. Can we go this way? I'm trying to get that loose. We're almost loose. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, so much better. Look. How's that? Do you feel better? So I think I was kind of saying this before. He usually relaxes the best for me, but he's also very sensitive to all of the sensory input. Like I said, they do have thin skin. I have accidentally given them cuts before. I'm not perfect. However, I have made sure, to the best of my ability, that none of these cuts have happened in their groin. That's just not okay. No. No, we will take our time and we will be super gentle. And a tip I learned, I need to make myself a list of resources for this. I wasn't thinking we were going to groom bunnies this morning. I thought I was going to do crafts, but my hands hurt. There is a YouTube channel. She spins yarn and raises Angora rabbits, and she's done videos about how to groom them. And I think this is the best advice I've gotten about how to groom them, as other people have talked about using like an electric clippers and getting your animal used to the noise. And by far, scissors are the easiest tool for me to react to the rabbit and work gently. And as you get the bottom tine in between the fur, then when you hold the back of that scissor side, that blade against their skin, you know for sure you're not cutting their skin. Yeah. We're nice and patient. We take our time. We let you have feelings try not to touch your junk. It's a good day. It's a good day in the bunny grooming. Here we go. I'm sorry I surprised you. I came from a different angle. And then, tummies are always ticklish. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm talking about your tummy. Tummies are ticklish. So I usually try not to take too long with it. Do you want to turn over for a while? Oh. You are welcome to just relax too. I was just saying that I need to sit with you more often, and look at you. Look at you finding a comfy spot to lay, huh? Hi. Can I trim all this stuff? Yeah. Oh no, we got some tingles up there you don't like? Can I trim them? Yeah. Should we just sit for a minute? It's okay. I'm not in a hurry. I got a couple hours. Yeah. We could even go walk over and get some tea. Can I trim your paws? You got such big fluffy feet. You got such big fluffy feet, baby. Yeah. He is not actually my baby of the three. The last one I hadn't named yet is Pfeffer, and he is the baby of the group. He is also similar in coloring to Fizzgig, and he is a super sweetie. He will sit and cuddle with me very well as also. He already got brushed out pretty well last week. He's another satin, and so he sheds on his own. Most of it will brush out on him, but his coat is also patchy. I'm sorry, did I tickle your foot? Yeah. Did I tickle it a little? You got stuff stuck. You got stuff stuck in there. And this is the side that we have a hard time with because we can't see. Yeah. I know. Okay. Okay, we won't. So go ahead. You hide for a minute. You go ahead and hide. Where are you trying to go? Do you want to go on the ground? I'm gonna give him a minute. He might need to just go to the bathroom or just feel like he's in charge for a minute. That's okay. I would much rather he go to the bathroom on the hard floor than on me, so. Hi. Hi. It's slippery floor. It is a slippery floor. What do you think? Sometimes he likes to lay on it because it's nice and cool on his tummy. You are such a fluffy boy right now. That's okay. I take a water break. totally had a chunk of fingernail from him land on my keyboard. I'm looking at bunny stuff everywhere. No. The bunny fur really does go everywhere. Hi, look at you, brave boy. His circle's slowly getting bigger as he figures out where he is. Yeah, we've been here before. We have been here before. Sometimes he runs around. And that's how I was sitting with him for quite a while. I would let him run around, exercise. Then I would brush him. Were you the one that always needed to go to the bathroom after I brushed you? I thought that was Haas. For quite a while, I couldn't have my biggest rabbit, Haas, come sit with me in my bedroom because when I put him down on the floor, he would immediately go find a place to pee. I've since learned that that wasn't just because I brushed him. That's Haas, specifically. He's trying to mark territory. That's him. Okay, so my plan was to stream for a couple hours, and then I've got work this afternoon, so I'm going to get done a little bit earlier than I had thought I would stream. He's exploring. I'm going to grab a cup of tea, and I will be right back. Let him stretch. I'll stretch. Okay. Okay, that's pretty good today. Hey, buddy, come here. Hi. Come here, friend. Come here. Come here. Good boy. Good boy. Hi. There we go. We just sit and cuddle sometimes. I can feel in here where parts of his coat are shedding and then just getting matted together. So it might just be time for your spring haircut, my love. Huh? Yeah. Let's just jump straight into a spring haircut. Oh, that's it. His eye is all cloudy. I'm watching his eyes track I'm pretty sure that his eye troubles have come with some neurological issues. Things I did not know when I first got through it. He does make a great pet. He cannot free roam. It just wouldn't be safe for him. I can have him in limited rooms, places where I can close the doors and kind of control everything that is inside of there for his safety. I haven't caught him chewing on wires. Some people will have pet rabbits that destroy cords. It's like they are trying to electrocute themselves. It's frightening. Thankfully, this one is not like that. He's not like that. He usually just runs around in his circles, finds a comfy spot, lays down for a nap. Maybe you'll get crazy in your older age. I don't know. It could happen. It could. It could happen. Let you go wild. You'd be a crazy old man. You could. You could be a crazy old man. There's a tingle. It's a process. We get through what we can get through for the day. Whatever he's comfortable with for today is what we will work on. You go hide your face under the table. Let me see these tangles. Oh, you don't like that one. I know. Tickles your ear. And you use your ears a lot. You do. You move them all over. Those ears really help him figure out directions because of the limited eyesight. So his little ears are always going. And the fur back here in between them gets a mess. He also has little skin rolls back here. Very adorable skin rolls, sir. Yeah, you're very adorable skin rolls. Again, just more tangling. Okay, what we got going on here? Okay. This is usually the first place I start when I'm giving him a haircut, is either here or up under his chin, depending on how he's feeling for the day, where he wants to start. But those are the places that seem to annoy him the worst. Yeah. little clips. I need little clips. Hold still for now. Hold still for now. Oh, there we go. Good job. Good job. Big old blood vessels through those ears so you can cool yourself off, because bunny fur is hot. Bunny fur is very hot. Yeah. Let's see if we can pick a decent spot to start coming down the back. You are sitting so nice right now. Yes. Oh, good job. Did you need a little exercise before we sit? Yeah. Oh, and it feels good for you to stretch those back legs. I am kind of excited for your haircut. You look pretty cute. I did not give them a haircut. Troy, would you be careful? I don't want to cut your cheek. Did that tickle? Oh, you scared me. You did. You scared me. No, you're a tricky bunny, huh? You're a tricky bunny. Oh, is that what you didn't like? Okay, I see. I see. I'm sorry. You got little tangles. Do not like when it pulls on the ears. What else? Can I? Oh, you got some stuff there. Oh no, that was your fur. That was your fur falling in front of your face, silly. Gets all excited, huh? Different rabbits and different varieties, different breeds of the Angoras will have different coat qualities. So he is a satin Angora and English satin Angora, I believe. And then my big guy is German Angora, and the other one is satin, more so than you though. Oh, I should find it. I've got a paper that I got with them that it explained, because of course the breeder knew what she had mixed together to make these lovely gentlemen that I have gotten as pets. And so she passed that info on to me because I had told her that I was planning on making yarn with it, so that content is sometimes wanted from spinners and fiber artists in general. They want to know where it came from, because that way you can figure out what traits that fiber is going to have in your work. Satin Angora is much slicker, so it wouldn't do very well with something like needle felting. But the German would. It's better depending on whether or not you have the guard hairs in there. Tangents. All the tangents about the wool, baby. All the tangents. touching your ear. I am. I am touching it and I'm making a noise. You're doing so good. You're doing so good. Those ones get staticky. I much prefer it when I can like brush things off of him, because then it's on the brush and it all sticks together instead of the little clippings, which are so fluffy. Here we go. There's the front of this ear. That's the one. He jumps around more than my others, but it always makes me worry that I'm gonna like poke him with the scissors. You jumpy makes me jumpy. Oh, yeah. Now, in the past, we have been able to get your head to shed on its own. I'm so focused at the moment, I'm trying to make sure I don't like brush him in the eyeball. He usually gets really long fur, like right here on the top, the crown of his head, and it looks so adorable. Get a little like, oh, he's got like a little funky haircut for a while, and then it sheds, and it usually all sheds down to really short, the next coat coming in, and so he all of a sudden has like a flat top, from like a big overgrown thing to a flat top. I think the top of your head is the craziest out of the three boys, but I'm also biased because I think you're adorable. Boy. I try not to go too crazy on the face because it does shed on its own just fine. And then when he's ready, I'll just end up kind of like gently pulling along here and it'll all come out. So I will leave that alone for now. Can we go on your side? Because your cheekers are getting long, bud. Yeah, cheekers are getting long. While I've got him kind of used to me touching him, I'll try to come down onto this blind shoulder. Hi. Come up right by your neck. Oh, those little folds. We don't want the tangles in our neck folds. No. We don't want the tangles in our neck folds. It's no fun. Oh, good job. Good job, buddy. Yeah, you just relax. Get a little haircut. I am a very amateur bunny barber. Obviously, if you were using things like clippers with a guard, everything would be even length. Oh, I got you. I got you. Mm-hmm. Spam. Yeah, there was spam. I had to take a break from your lovely haircut. Oh, what? Usually the digging is to tell me something. What do we want? What do we want, huh? Are you mad I'm not paying attention to you? Do we need to turn around? What do you want? Yeah, does that work? Are you saying, hey, mommy, pay attention? This is kind of what I mean when I say I just go with him. I let him turn around. I let him pick how we're gonna lay. There you go. Those cheeks get so long. And he's got, his don't get too bad, but up here on the sides of his cheeks, he's got like scent glands. And it will, I'll see if I can get one. Yeah, here, this one can come off. It gunks up a little bunch of hairs. Yeah, I see yours, and they are all gunked up. They are. But you can't quite clean them. He has trouble also cleaning his rear end. What was that? Did you hurt yourself? Usually the scent stuff comes loose easier than this. Okay. You might have scratched yourself, bud. Okay, you don't like it. I get it. Well, I'll get all the extra fur out of the way. We'll go from there, okay? Yeah, I know. Tell this lady, focus on your job, huh? I don't need all the criticism. Just give me a haircut, lady. Hmm? Just give me a haircut. I think it's a little bit ridiculous. Now we're on a tangent because I'm next to his whiskers, and there are several, Angora grooming videos, mostly talking about like farm conditions, uh, where they just cut all the hair. They buzz the sides of their face with the clippers. And in a few of these videos that I've seen, the presenter is talking about, okay, now don't do this to your cats, but the rabbit will be fine. Well, I think that that's slightly debatable. I don't cut my rabbit's whiskers. Especially not Mr. Fizzgig here. Because he's like more and more blind as we go. So I don't want to rob him of the senses that he uses. Ooh, you got a lot of fluff over here, bud. I think I was going on the tangent earlier that I give very uneven bunny haircuts because I just kind of like split it up into patches and go with the body shapes. So he always looks a little crazy right after a fresh haircut. I don't like that. Does that tickles? I got you. We're almost done. There was a couple there he did not like. No. Some things I do you may not like. There we go. It's a very thick. It is so very thick on your shoulder. Oh, I tickle you. I tickle you with my hair. I'm sorry. I tickle you with my hair. You tickle me with your hair. Eventually, we will get through all the hair. A lot of the fur that ends up over here as well will be long things from his chest. And so it pulls all the way to his chest if you pull on the tangle. That usually tickles the bunny. They don't like it. So I'm going through over here just trying to make sure I know where his skin is while I'm cutting. I'm like very focused. Excuse me for a moment. I am focusing. Yeah. Stuck on my leg. That was a finger. Hi. Oh, good boy. Such a good boy. I know. Does that tickles? Hiya. Hiya. It is what it is, you dirty boy. So I'm right by his shoulder here. It's got a little edge to go around. I usually split up the shoulder depending on if I can get it from this angle or I get it when he is on his back and I get to work on his chest. And this is far from like a super cuts or quick cuts stop where you just go in, get your haircut, and you're out. It may very well take several sessions to figure out how to finish his haircut. And that part is always a little frustrating for me, not being a perfectionist or anything, but then your hair is like 4 different lengths. So, I have tried to deal with my feelings about him looking like a mess for a little while, because once we get through the haircut, he also feels a lot better. So, I would much rather have a happy bunny who wants to cuddle than a perfectly even haircut. I have debated before using a blower. It's like a grooming tool. Air blower that will actually blow out their coat, so any loose bits are blown out. However, it is a little air pump. It's noisy. And then, goodness, I do not have like a grooming room. Similar tools are used with horses. So you can have a room in the barn or go do it outside. I don't have a spot to just go blow a bunch of fur. I think I almost found an elbow. I've definitely found the side of the bunny here. He's like a whole different bunny when the fur is gone. He's tiny under all this floof. You cute little body in there. I'm just kind of like rolling the skin of his elbow here to work it off a little bit at a time to make sure I'm not cutting him. I can feel a few tangles up underneath his elbow. I'm not in a hurry. Are you in a hurry? Here we go. It is a tangle on your elbow. Nope. Are you loud? I'm loud. Yeah. Yeah, I heard you. I did. I heard you. We got an armpit tangle. I mean, I'm not sure what else you would call that spot underneath the front arm, but an armpit. Huh? You got armpit tangles. It always kind of feels good when you've got one clear spot that you can work from. And I'm not trying to jinx myself or nothing, but I know that after I find this nice clear spot, you might decide you're sick of it. And you might decide it's time to turn around. And that's okay. We can work with it. Yeah. That is quite a tangle, yep. Yeah. I'm getting a couple, I don't know if you can hear him. He's making really quiet little noises at me, a little like almost sounds like a little cough, but he's only making it when he's grumpy about what I'm doing. He's letting me know. Yes, you are. Does that feel better? We're rebuilding our trust here. I kind of go in and out of phases of depression where I don't have as much contact time with them as I want. They are not free roam rabbits. They have space in my house, but they don't get to wander the whole house. I had mentioned earlier that for him it's a safety risk. The boy can't see where he's going. And so this is a really nice step in us getting used to each other again, going through the process. And I'm very happy with having him just nap on my lap. It's very cool. He's a comforting little animal. I like getting to share some good energy with him. Okay. Now, are we going to keep going on this arm? You're doing pretty good. Or do you want me to switch and go on your back, huh? Oof, those elbows. Those elbows are tricky. And I feel like this rabbit is the one I sit with the absolute worst posture. Because generally speaking, he wants to have the right side of his face up against me so that he feels safe. It makes it very tricky to then groom the right side of his body. And it also makes it very tricky for me to sit up straight when I'm working down the right side. When we sit with Haas, big boy, he is, what is the right word? He's very kind of like, not outspoken because he doesn't use any words. He can't speak to me, but he very much so lets me know what he's comfortable with. And he usually prefers to like lay on the table. Which is perfectly fine with me because then he also ends up being the groom that I have the best posture for. Oh, I'm being a perfectionist. I don't need to trim this all to the same length. I was just trying to make sure I got it all. Okay. I'm going to start going down your back, huh? Should we start going down your back? Those thin folds. I always got to make sure I can see the end of my scissors coming back up out of the hair if at all possible. Am I tickling your foot? I know, I just rested my hand there, bud. I was just resting my hand there. What do you need? What do you need, my dear? Leave that foot alone. He's like hiding his foot from me, so I will try my best to quit resting my hand there. Took us some tummy tingles. Your tummy forgets so long. Yes. I will usually trim his tummy, and I've started to do this with the other two as well. It feels easiest to just give him a haircut on his tummy. Like I said, he likes to kind of lay in the same corner he goes to the bathroom. It's a safe corner. So he goes into the same corner, he goes to the bathroom, turns around, so his head is out of the corner, and lays down. He's like, I'm good, I'm out of it. Not quite. Not quite. And a good chunk of this feels like it is already the new coat. I think I messed up their winter coat a little bit because I was brushing them, but it was a rotation of brushing like one of them once or twice a week. So I would brush out the tangles, but then their coat just keeps growing at alarming rates. And by the time I got back to the same rabbit, they would have like one whole patch of their back has shed, and then other patches have not even started to shed. That is what you didn't want me touching. I got it. I got it, bud. I'm sorry. It is pulling on an elbow. I will take my time. I think I got it far enough I can cut it. Will you let me cut it? Okay, almost. Almost. I know you don't like it when I clip. Clip, clip with the end there. It's scary noise. But I can't get all the way through this patch because it's stuck. It's very tangled. And so sometimes we make that noise, that little clip noise, and it's okay. Ah, there we go. There we go. I'm almost done. Yeah. Spots with stretchy skin like elbows and under the neck and stuff. When I gently pull to straighten the hair, it also pulls on the skin a little, and so it is possible to have little rolls of skin at the base of the hair, and that's one of the ways that they get cut most commonly. I'm very thankful that I have only ever had two cuts. One was on Haas, and one was on Pfeffer, and neither of the cuts bled, which made it very hard to find in all the fluff. And like both of them had like the smallest of reactions. It was just like I had pulled a hair too much, or maybe tickled them. They're so tolerant, and I do appreciate that. It has gotten us through these really sloppy years where I did not know how to groom an Angora rabbit very well. They were so patient with me. But then for things like a cut, I have been meticulous is probably the best word in watching for cuts. One, because I didn't trust my own abilities yet at the point of being new, and two, because they are just such peaceful, tolerant little animals. They have been bred to be such. Specifically, you want to have a rabbit that will sit and let you take their fur. And so Angora rabbits are by far much calmer in the being held side of things than like a harlequin rabbit or another pet rabbit. Sometimes I feel like you purposely give me the side that's been bothering you. Skin in there or not? I don't think we got any skin. There we go. Sarah, does that feel better? Hi. Okay. okay, here. Like as soon as I got that spot, he's ready to get up. He's like, oh, let me go. There you are. Here you are, fluffy boy. He blends into this floor pretty good. There's a fluffy boy. was his normal movement pattern. Which is where I think the neurological stuff comes in. His eyes always track towards his right. And even his head sometimes will constantly sway to the right. Yeah. Ooh, you got tickles? You got tickles? Did you need a minute to cool down? Was it too much cuddles? It's getting hot. Do you want to lay down on the floor? Do you want to lay down on the floor? Okay. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Hi. Can you see? Oh, my big fluffy butt. It's me. There we go. Here's my big guy. Is that good? Do you want to just sit for a minute? This one doesn't feel too bad. I think we got your own free, almost, that elbow spot. Hi. Did I surprise you? Sorry, I won't hold the ears down. We will just sit. We'll just sit for a minute. Yeah. I think you got a little bit behind this arm yet. Oh, there we go. When the fur gets long, it is much easier to get stuck in stuff. The tickle. Alright. I'm trying to gently work my fingers through the tangles in these like ticklish spots that are hard to get to. Yeah, we be nice and gentle. Nice and gentle. That's a good boy. You are a good boy. hearing things? Mm. Mm. There we go. I got it. I got it. I got it. Okay. Okay. I know we did not like that one. We did not like that one. I got you. I got you, baby. Yeah. Oh. There. Let's go to something nice and easy. Usually the back, his back especially, I should be specific, his back does not get too tangled. Part of that is his breed, and part of that is how he lays. I've seen rabbits that flop almost all the way onto their back. It depends on the comfort level of the animal. He has such mobility stuff and that going on that it's just not. He doesn't like laying on his back in my lap either. It's just not a thing he enjoys. And I know that, I guess, because whenever I try to lay him on his back with his head away from me, like I was describing earlier, he will roll towards that right side. And so I always end up kind of cutting him more so from one side than the other, based on how he positions himself. I'm pretty sure there's fur in my eyelashes. What do you need, Bobby? For the first couple years I had them, I tried very much so to save every tiny bit of fluff into spinnable material, meaning that I could turn it into yarn. I have a shelf downstairs that is full of bags of fluff. So I no longer feel that I need to save all of their fluff. I have released them from that expectation, and myself, that instead of trying to keep everything and be as perfect as possible, we're just going to do what keeps them comfortable. And in this particular bunny's case, the haircuts seem to work. He grows beautiful fluff, and I absolutely have saved a bunch of it because I love the color of him. I love how soft it is. I also love him, and I don't want to stress him out. So especially in the spring, summer, I saved his fall coat last year. Boy, you made me nervous. When my hand is going back and forth next to his head, it also tickles his ears, and he does not like that part. So I think I'm fine back here. It was that I was tickling his ears. Yeah. How's that? Can I tuck your ear? Is that okay? Yeah. We can be cuddle buddies for right now. Is that a ticklish spot? Do I gotta change angles? There we go. He always gets patches that are super fluffy, very soft, and then most of his coloring at the tips, slightly less soft, if that's a description. Okay, what do you want? What do you want to try? You've been a good sitter. You have been a good sitter. Do you want to be done today? Or can I keep going on the back? Let's see what I can get started without tickling you, huh? He doesn't have a lot of issues with tangling on his back. Like I said earlier, it's just not in how he lays. And it is, trimming the back hair is a pretty easy way to cool him off. Kind of like a person having a hat on. He's got a whole back hat. So I think it is a good way to help him be more comfortable by just getting rid of a big bulk of fluff. Oh, is it time to sharpen my scissors? That was rough. Okay. Okay, that one got close. My angles are not fitting with the shape of his body. Can I get your other shoulder? Do you want to try that? Can I try? Can I try getting the other shoulder if we just switch sides? Good boy. Good boy. Well, I'm gonna make him kind of a little basket to sit in. And this is the blind side. I think he lays on this side or like pushes it up against the cage more, like that, the grating. He will rub this side kind of up against that. I feel like he does it as orientation, like then he knows that's the wall, that's the side of things. I know where I am and I'm safe. Oh, there we go. Can I just hold you for a minute? I'm using my hand kind of as a guide. And if I try not to tickle his ears, maybe we'll be okay. I am trying to remind myself not to be too perfect here, because it is far more important to just get him comfortable. Lots of fluff, and I most likely will not get to brush it first on this side, because he has got a limited tolerance of what we're gonna do. Yeah, how's that? Oh, how's that? Look at, I found some extra ones. They're just gonna come right off. Oh, this means this area has already started growing in the new coat, because this just comes right out. It also means that you trap a whole bunch of dander in there. Oops. Okay. I know I messed that one up. Yep, I did. You okay? Don't like it? I know. That's not even where I was supposed to be working. I was getting off topic. You're right. You're right. You didn't say you wanted to be petted there. You said no, you were going to do the shoulder. You're right. You're right, buddy. Can I brush if I'm holding you? Ooh, 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 ooh. Maybe not. It's tangles. It's tangles, baby. It is tangles. This is like right when it starts to get matted. Ah, yeah. Okay. Is that better? Okay. All right. I hear you. You tell me I have tolerated plenty for today and I don't wanna. And Mommy does not always listen. I am sorry. I'm going to try and get rid of these tangles so you can be comfortable laying down and it doesn't pull on your face, okay? He gets like a patch up here by his shoulder will shed, his chest will shed, and then his backside will shed. The middle does not. Ooh, that was a terrible hack job, but we got rid of that whole knot at once, huh? And I'll brush the rest out when you're ready. When you're ready. I'm just pulling it apart a bit to make sure he can move this arm, okay? I don't think that's tangled. Yes, I know I'm not listening. I'm sorry. Do you want to go downstairs and get some water? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Say bye-byes. Say bye-byes. Deuces. Fizzgig. This is Fizzgig saying goodbye. Got used to the lights eventually, huh? Is your good side? Can we look at your good side? No, ma'am. All right. You already told me. I know. I know. clothes. That was plenty. That was plenty of bunny for the day. I think I am going to shift this around. Because we are going to do different things. So, let's see, we are going to switch over to plying yarn. Because that is the other project I have to work on this morning. We are going to switch you around. Because I don't groom a rabbit and then spin yarn at the same height, so I put you on a little movable tripod. Okay. This will not let me get rid of things. Oh, not plying. Plying. Ply. Single to 3 strand. And I got done talking about the animals. Instead, we are going to do makers. Yeah, there it is. And hand spun. Hand spun. So I'm going to switch things over. Hand spun, hand spinning, flying, fly, fly. I mean, that's kind of hilarious that there is a misspelled plying with viewers instead of playing with viewers. That's hilarious. I kind of love it. Let's see what else. I'm going to spin yarn, and it's merino. There, that'll switch things over because we are going to spin. I realize there are a lot of like close-ups of me sitting down in my freaking chair. Y'all are like up my grill. So, let's see. Oh. I took off my bunny dress that was all covered in bunny fur, and now we are going to be working on hand spinning yarn. This is not bunny fur. I had a big old bag of merino roving, and then I've actually split it down into lengths. I think this one was about an arm to the other shoulder, and I have been spinning this into skeins of hand spun yarn. I am just trying to practice consistency, trying to get the yarn all to be the same thickness. It's on that side. And I think I'm doing all right. Really. One, I got to practice how to make these adorable little skeins. Twist it all up on itself so it doesn't get into a tangled mess. And I am just about ready to ply this into 3-strand yarn instead of just being single spun. Is there a name for that? I had a total brain fart right there. Ironic. The singles. So people usually call it spun singles. I'm not missing a word. I'm just doubting myself. So it's spun singles. And then I will ply it. I think I'm gonna try and spin this last bit before I ply. I had totally forgot I have one little bitty bundle left. And I want to be able to stream for about half an hour, another half an hour at least. Oh, I really thought I was done. I tucked in my end and everything. Okay. You know what? I'm going to just go with previous me. Previous me said we were done. We were done. We're going to ply it. So let's see. What angle do I move this to so that you can see what I'm doing? Aside from hearing my phone buzz. Here-ish. Phone you go. Okay, so let's see. be able to share. How? Oh, we're learning all the things today. A little bit at a time, I'll learn things. Somewhere is the ability to share that I'm streaming. I don't know. I don't even know. So let's see, we'll take the long way around. I'm pretty sure I can figure this out. I'm pretty sure I can figure this out. Ta-da! Okay, so now I can see myself, and then I can share. On here. Send it over to here. And then I can switch over to watching. Okay. So, let's see. First things first, we're going to take this apart. This is a Turkish spindle, Snyder spindles on Etsy. Come on, come on. I always try and do that part gentle. It gets wedged on the bottom here where it gets wider and it sticks. Oh, it sticks good. Okay, so this is going to pop all the way off of here. This is the actual spindle. Spoiler alert, if you didn't know, this is technically all you need to spin yarn. You don't actually have to have this part, and there's a lot of other styles of spinning that use just like either just a thick stick, or it'll have like a glass bead as the weight on the bottom, or you can DIY a version which will actually be more like this when it's together, and you put like a disc at the top, and then you wrap your yarn below that. All drop spindles. And then this comes apart. This does come apart. I think I might have been wrapping my yarn a little bit too tight. And I don't really know until I try to take it apart. And then it'll have a tendency to kind of ball itself up and get a little bit tangled. So this all slides off, and now my little turtle is squishy. And then feel like I had better luck when I went from the bottom because it was layers. So obviously I started wrapping it at the bottom, and then the layers wrapped around each other as I went up. So in the past I have had better luck kind of starting, from the bottom here to find that middle bit, because as I pull it out, it's going to try and wrap itself. And I want it to stay mostly straightened out. So I'm going to actually try to run this out the side here. And that should put her. Sometimes I'm lazy and I just use what I got. So that puts just enough pressure on the single strand that it won't come all balling out of there at once. Hi. Is the sound kind of decent, or at least semi-decent? I feel like I'm talking very quiet. Okay, but now I gotta go backwards because I'm not actually at the end. Oh, darn it. See, that's what I was worried about. I'm very quiet. I tried setting up my mic today, and I felt like that made me quieter. I don't know. But then in the past when I've done it on recordings, like videos, then it's louder. Let's see. Yes, I whisper. It's very relaxing here. I was worried if I used this mic that it would be ASMR. Because that's how it looks when people are chatting in their video. It's so calming. Can you hear me at all now? How does this one sound? Better? Worse? Absolutely no sound? That's one way to find out. I thought this would be better